Looking at Ethan running from the back at 12.5 kilometers, 2.5% incline. In video 1, if you're watching the side one first, we're looking and identify 3 areas we're going to look at. This is some supplementary information that we'll hopefully, by correcting leg cycle, we can start to make some change. Some of these changes can take a little bit longer, and I will highlight those as we go. Start with, we'll just look at toe off. So when we get to toe off, we're going to look at foot tracking. Now, when we run, the foot can take a variety of paths, and the aim is we're looking for the foot to travel through or as close to that line as possible that I've just put on the screen, from the hip dot down to the toe off position. So when that left foot leads, see what we do get is an internal rotation of the heel, and then we get the toes pointing away. Now, in terms of this can be an indicator that there's a lack of glute activation, so reinforcing what we've said about the anterior dominance. So it's either activation and or strength. So those muscles not strong enough. So that little flicker from the heel can be a compensation for that. So we can carry on the journey on the line. See that right left foot lands nicely there. If we follow it through one more time, it's still working closely to that line and landing on it. If that last cycle was a little bit inside, but we'll have a look at that in a moment. So if we look at the right foot on toe off, so tracking of the right foot, again we get that little internal rotation of the heel, external rotation of the toe, so the toes wanting to point down and away here. That can also be an indicator of some ankle instability as well as strength. So as that comes in, the right foot is landing inside of the tracking line. So if we carry on that through in terms of the foot placement, we can see that the foot is landing, pointing laterally away a little bit on that right foot, and the same on the left foot. So it will be a case of aiming to encourage the feet to land knees, toes forwards, heels facing the back. That is something that can take quite a period of time to embed, but it's just constant mind landing on 2 tracks. And the reason why we're looking to land on 2 tracks is what I'm coming on to now. So here we've got the left foot landing in that position. Then we've got the right foot landing quite a way across from that position here. So if we just allow that left foot, there we go. So if we just draw a line through the dot, the center dot, which is the key one for this, we can see that the right foot is crossing quite a way at that middle line of the body. And what that causes is the body to fall out of alignment. So in terms of that crossover, you can see that the over three quarters of the head is to the right, and that is to compensate for that balance, that foot coming across to the other side. It also causes the body to fall out of alignment, so it puts pressure on the outer knee, the IT band, which covers from the hip down to the outer thigh, and it also causes stress onto the ankle as well, because that starts to roll inwards and pronate. Now, crossover is linked to overstride and can be an indicator of knee pain just because the extra mechanical force is being placed through it. The back, because as I said, the mechanics of the body starts to change. So we can see there's a tilt in the shoulders. See that right shoulder dipping down compared to the left, which is higher. To see the angle of the line coming across those those dots there. Now this crossover generally can be improved by working on the arms, because that foot's crossing over because we're going to be getting the left arm coming across the body, and because we're contralateral movers, whatever the left side does, the right is going to compensate for us on that point. And if we look at the as that foot's coming in, look at where the left arm is. It's tucked in, but we can see the angle will change if we play it through. There, elbow's pointing away to the corner of the room, into this position. You can just see from the elbow, from where it's flexed at the elbow, that arm is pointing across the chest. So we're getting that twist, and we can see that twist in that body. And then we've got the right arm coming across, and we've got another twist as well. And where we have that position, again, we've got the body falling out of alignment, and with that left foot is crossing over a fraction, not as much as the right, but we're getting that twist in lower back. So that's going to cause pressure, as mentioned before, on that lower back extensors. If we watch the body as we come up, we can see that there's a twist. So there's quite a bit of a twist here. You can see where the angle of the dots is going across that point there, and the chest is pointing towards that side. If we play it through and see again, have a look at that left, and again we've got a twist at this point as well, and we can really see that left elbow is pronounced, hence why that right foot's coming over. And again, we've got more of a twist coming across, and the creases indicating the top, where we've got the lower back torso taking over. Now, in terms of the effect, that is based around the arms, whereby the arms are limited in their arm drive, and by not using our arms, will actually cost footballers, runners, whatever sport where you're involved in the running, it's going to cause more energy to be wasted than it does to use the arms efficiently. So we mentioned about the angle of the elbows coming out a little bit. Again, that's to compensate for balance, where they're pointing away to the corner of the room, and that twist as well. And the arms are crucial because they provide us rhythm, balance, control, and speed. And the backward motion is the point that propels us forward in terms of the use of the arms. So we will encourage more arm drive, and we'll encourage those arms to be staying on the same side of the body. So these are sort of, as I mentioned, supplementary bits. Our key focus initially is going to be on the overstride, eliminating that. It will be on the hill cycle, getting that higher to activate the glutes. And we will also look at the arms, that arm drive, getting them moving, which will hopefully start to trigger some movement between the feet and getting them placed on two tracks as we're running. Just also highlighting, just as we're coming in here, little difference between the knees. You can see on the right side where we're sort of sinking into the ground, that knee is coming into the central part of the line, so we call that valgus, where it's sort of starting to roll inwards. If we look at it compared to the left, we've got a bit more of a straighter line coming down. So again, that's linked with overstride, and it's something because through the dynamic movement skills, single leg work, we can look to improve the strength on single leg. So that covers up the video at 12.5. I hope that is informative and provide some insight into how we're going to move things forwards. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me.